What's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. New video. Today we're going to talk about some of the dangers of in prison, some different things. I don't know if anybody has talked about this stuff. I'm sure probably as far as the raza from up north, they have, but I want to talk about a few things that could be dangerous and just give you a glimpse at how things sometimes are in prison, a lot of times. First things first. Having conversations as a convict, raza from Southern California, having conversations with COs, with cops, whatever, right? Normally, no one wants to have any kind of one-on-one conversation with an officer, period. If he's their plug, that's one thing, but even then, it can be dangerous. There were before they let the legends out, there would be certain dudes that it would be understood like, okay, if he's talking to Hura, we trust him, right? But no youngsters were going to be allowed to converse with a CO by themselves for their protection. We always wanted to have at least one person with them to hear the conversation, because you can go and it could be something not even serious at all, something frivolous. You had to get at the Hura about something, and it just so happens that day some information was received by officers and believed that, see, like, I know the Northerners, they have their DTRs, I think they call them, daily tier reports. If anybody, any cell movements, anybody's in and out of the cell, out of the section, they write it down, the date, the time, who it was, when they came back, and then they got to report that to their channel, and then it goes wherever it goes. As far as the raza from down south, they're not going to do that. They don't have to write it down and go report it to someone. However, vatos that are gamed up, anytime you hear a cell door moving, somebody in the cell, I don't care who it is, it could be you, it could be your cellie, somebody's going to get up and go to the cell, the front of the cell, and see what's going on here. You got to know what's going on. You don't got to go and tell the other homie, the bloquero, any of the meseros, hey man, this dude, he came out of his cell. They don't, like, so what? You scared of him or something? Like, that's the way they'll respond. Like, so what, homie? What's going on? You scared of him? Is he messing with you or something? Like, what? But if, again, some information gets, or a cell gets hit due to information, confidential information, whatever, that's when somebody might be like, well, hey, I seen homeboy come out. I'm not saying he did anything wrong, but I saw him come out by himself, and he was talking to the Hura in the day room, or he went down in the end of the rotunda and he was talking to the Hura. All right, cool. Then it'll be looked into. Why was he down there? Oh, the vato said he had a 602. He filed a 602, which is an inmate appeal, right? Over what? Then it'll be looked into. Is there really a 602? What was it over? And those that are trusted, like, look at, I've mentioned this before. So I used to play these two cops, right? And let me tell you something. Vatos that were in leadership positions, they have code names for each other. We used to rotate the code names like every 6 months, change it to something else, just in case, right? But we also had code names for certain Huras, right? So I'm going to use this idiot. I've talked about him before, this idiot that called himself Zap. So I'm going to use his stupid nickname that he called himself. And then there was another CO on the yard. We gave him a nickname, Jeff Gordon. And if he sees this video, he'll know exactly who he is, because he became aware of it, right? Let's just say that. But Zap and Jeff Gordon couldn't stand each other. Zap was not part of the ISU. You know, it's funny that people call the ISU guys IGI. They are not IGI. They're ISU. The black badges are not IGI unless they like in Pelican Bay and Corcoran, they had the gang unit. Their shit would say gang unit on it, right? But an IGI is a lieutenant. There's one IGI in every prison. He's a lieutenant, right? The rest of them dudes with the black badge, that's ISU. Now, Zap wasn't ISU. He had been at one point. He wasn't. Jeff Gordon was. He had been a yard cop, and then he got moved from there to ISU, right? And I used to play these dudes off each other. I would pick at certain shit just to find out what do they know, right? And other homies I would usually try to have one dude with me, or at least in earshot. That way they can hear everything that's going on. And I had a tendency to, if I had to engage with one of them, I would talk louder because I wanted somebody to hear what was going on, right? But anyways, so I would put hooks out there. That's the cat and mouse game. I was watching the movie Heat last night. I never watch movies. Last night I was watching the movie Heat. And you know how in that movie Heat, Al Pacino and Robert De Niro are in that cafe having dinner together, and they're having that conversation. It's a cat and mouse game. Same thing goes on in prison. That's what made me say, you know what, I want to do that video today. Last night I said, I'm going to do that video tomorrow. And that's what it is in there. And things that both of them, when Zap and Jeff Gordon would say the same thing, I knew it was the truth. It was always so easy to play them because they disliked each other so much. I would be like, hey man, but I wouldn't call him Jeff Gordon to Zap. Hey, fucking Jeff Gordon, man, that dude thinks this and this and that. He just barely got on the fucking squad. And then Zap would. Then I would talk to Jeff Gordon. I'd be like, man, this motherfucker hasn't been on the squad in forever. He acts like he knows everything. He started running at his mouth. It was the ego. Ego's easy to play on. Look at what happened to Wes Watson. Ego is very easy to play on when people are motivated by it. And so when they would, as much as they couldn't stand each other, if they would both bring up a certain thing, I knew that was legit. They know they got to play cat and mouse. They're trying to throw me off while I'm trying to throw them off. But if they both say the same thing and I know they can't stand each other, they don't talk to each other, then I would know, like, all right, got him. Go back to the homies. Hey, let's check this out. And we're playing chess. Now, something else for you guys, those of you that have never been to prison. Something to let you know about as well. So, a lot of dudes, not all of them, but a lot of dudes, let's say you got a toothache. Let's say, I don't know, you need to see the doctor for any reason. So you fill out your medical request form, right? When you fill it out, you hand it to your cellie. I'm going to go see the doctor, Holmes. And your cellie might be like, fool, I don't want to see that. I trust you. Fuck that, Holmes. Read that. And you always got to make sure, because it's 3 copies. You know, you write on the top one, and then the golden rod goes to you, and the white one goes to this records, and the other one goes to, always read the last one. Separate the pages, because there would be dudes that would write, you know, I have a toothache, my tooth's been hurting me for 3 days, I need to see the dentist, maybe, you know, whatever it is. But they'll go to the back page or the second page and they'll write in pen something. Some dudes used to get at nurses like that. They would write in the middle, you know, and them and that nurse, that person and that nurse would know, hey, it's going to be on the second page or it's on the last page. And I've seen that. I had a cellie pull a nurse like that. She would write him back, boom. But if you're putting in a what is it? 22 form. I can't remember the name of the form. Wow. But anyways, if you wanted to see the counselor, anything you put in writing, personal letters, Southerners didn't read each other. I heard Northerners do. But Southerners, you're not gonna read this dude's letter to his old lady. Now, there's some vatos that are so paranoid that, hey, Holmes, this shit, motherfuckers are crazy around here. Hey, I'm gonna send this letter to my lady. Holmes, read it. Because people would utilize mail or the mail system to tell the who that shit, to lock it up, bunch of different shit. But imagine that, man. That's just let's say you have to talk to the Huda about something and there's nobody around, or you might be single cell and they pull you out, you got to go talk to the Huda. Something comes up for whatever reason, you're not liked. That right there could be the beginning of the end for you. They start pushing behind your back. They're pushing. I know it was that optimal. If you die when they move on you, then they were right. How did they get proven wrong? If you survive, maybe you have to get hit another 2 or 3 times before everything comes out in the wash. Prison is a cold place to be. I try it with all these videos to make sure you understand. You know, I always say, if you're in it 100%, do it. That's you. There's no changing that. You're going to have to go and go through whatever you have to go through and figure out if you like it then, and maybe it's too late for you. If it ain't in you 100%, don't play with it. It is not to be played with. It is not a game. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and bring this one to a close. It's my video for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Do me a favor, hit the like button, share the video, and leave a comment. Let's get some interaction. Let's remind YouTube that we're here. I appreciate you guys very much. Everybody, please be safe, be smart, and tell the ones you love that you love them. I'm out of here.